Gemara at the bottom of Chav Zayin Amud Aleph. This is the blue section that we're working on now. L'may nafka mina. So after the Gemara establishes that the Mishnah clearly switches off between the word kad, which usually means a jug, and chavit, which usually means a barrel, and the Gemara had said, Rav Papa had said, that the solution to this inconsistency in the Mishnah is that the Mishnah is trying to teach you that the word kad and chavit are interchangeable. The Gemara now asks the practical question. So what is the practical difference, right? Why do we practically need to know that the word kad and chavit can be used interchangeably? Lemekach umemchar. So the Gemara first answers, okay, it's to teach us that the word kad and chavit are interchangeable in the context of buying and selling. When it comes to business transactions, the word kad and chavit are interchangeable. But now the Gemara pushes further. What do you mean by that? Hechi dame. What's the case? Right? In all business transactions, you can interchange the word kad and chavit. So the Gemara answers, first, ilima, if you say, right, so the Gemara is going to reject this answer. If you want to say that the word kad and chavit can be used interchangeably, be'atra dekada lo karu chavit, in a place where the word jug is never called a chavit, the chavit lo karu kada, and the word chavit is never referred to as a kad, ha lo karula. Behold, they don't call it that, right? If I live in a place where soda is only called soda and it's never called pop, then when you say pop, I would never think to replace that with the word soda instead because it's just not done where I live, then this rule is irrelevant. So the Gemara answers, lo, tzricha. No, we need this Mishnah to teach us that the word kad and chavit can be used interchangeably in a specific case. In a case, deruba karula lekada kada, lechavita chavita, where you're in a place that a majority of people call a kad, a jug is a jug, lechavita chavita, and a barrel a barrel. V'ikanami dekaru lechavita kada, lekada chavita. But there are also people who refer to a chavit as a kad and a kad as a chavit. So we needed to learn this rule that a kad and chavit, those two words, are allowed to be used interchangeably, not in a place where nobody uses them interchangeably, because obviously no one would mistake one word for the other. But where they can be used interchangeably, where we're going to allow it, and Rashi is going to explain more exactly what we're allowing, we're going to allow it in a place where, although a majority of people don't use them interchangeably, there's a minority who uses them interchangeably. So the Gemara is learning from the Mishnah that if you live in a place where even only a minority of people use two words interchangeably, that when it comes to a case of buying and selling, those words are allowed to be used interchangeably, even though only a minority of people use them interchangeably. Mahu ditima. So what would you have thought without this Mishnah that came to teach us that? Why do we need this Mishnah? Because otherwise I would have thought zil bataruba, that I should go after the majority. This Mishnah is actually bringing us a big chiddush, a really new idea, a novel idea, that I'm going to say that the rule can follow what the minority does. Usually I would think I should follow what the majority does. So if I live in a place where a majority of people use two words interchangeably, then we would accept that in a business transaction, if the words were used interchangeably, okay, that's fine. But this Mishnah is teaching us that even in a place where just a minority, there are just some people who use the words interchangeably, will still accept that interchange of words in a business transaction. Kamash malan. So the Gemara just makes this very clear. So we come to learn from this, right, that the Mishnah comes to teach us that we do not follow the majority in monetary cases. That when it comes to cases of business transactions, of buying and selling, as long as a minority exists that exchange those words, that use those words interchangeably, we're going to allow that to happen, even though a majority of people don't do that. And we're going to learn next time from Rashi exactly what kind of case we're talking about in business where these two words might be used interchangeably.